Hello everyone and welcome to the short tutorial on how to use the Delixio planning and forecasting model. Let's not forget this is a process and it's how we plan to run the Delixio business in all countries. Our focus is on driving secondary sales, so this is what we forecast. As with all processes, there's a few protocols that must be adhered to for it to work properly. At the end of the day, our purpose is to deliver much greater certainty to the business and certainty to our customers by delivering what they want on time and in full. We call that OTIF. For example, September's just finished and we need right now to reforecast November, December and January and sense check February, March and April. So September's just closed. November, December and January, we want to pay fine attention to those 3 months. And we want to make sure that February, March and April follow the same kind of trend. What we're trying to do this month is get our secondary sales data first few days of October. And by the end of the second week, a draft forecast so that we can discuss and agree projections and the proposed order with our distributor. And then the last Thursday of the month is the month by which orders should be received, and this allows 10 to 14 days for formal approval by the distributor. November, of course, is for production, and our goal is to deliver on time in full the first week of December. Here's a quick snapshot of the forecasting model. It has 3 main components: secondary sales, which we're aiming to forecast, then we need to construct an order plan or replenishment plan, which are the deliveries. Not the orders, what we want and when we want it. And finally, the inventory is calculated automatically because we want to know that we're not overloading the pipeline with too many weeks worth of inventory. Okay, here we are in the model itself, and the first job we need to do is to look at November, December and January's secondary sales forecast. You can change October if you want to, although it's pretty much done and dusted. You'll get a chance to do it next month. We also need to have a quick look at February, March and April. Just sense check them to make sure they show the same trend, the same shape. To do this, you can look at your batting average year to date, monthly average sales as a start. As you can see here, the average is about 900. So that's a guide. And then you look at your forward promotional program for November, December and January and ask yourself, are there any new listings, any key promotions, any new channel initiatives that might alter the numbers in these months. So there's November, December and January being amended there. Then we need to turn our attention to September actual sales. We put in September actual sales. We can look at last year, as shown here. That top row shows you the historical information from last year, as a guide maybe. In this case, actual was 1122. And then we need to turn our attention to actual deliveries in the month of September. what we actually had delivered was 821. And finally, reconcile our inventory to be the same as the distributor's closing inventory for September, opening inventory for October. And that's September done. Next step is to turn our attention to what we estimate our requirements are going to be. And in this case, and this is important to note, November's done. November was programmed and scheduled and is produced in October. So we need our attention focused on December and January and February estimated requirements. And we change them accordingly. Keeping an eye on inventory, in this case, inventory looks pretty good. So we've got our actual sales done for September, that's fantastic. Deliveries are in for September, and the inventory is reconciled. The delivery plan, what you want and when you want it, is done. There's some few next steps. What we need to do next is understand that the replenishment plan that you've just put in for December becomes your draft order to be agreed in October on the last Thursday of the month. To do this, you need to sit down and agree and adjust this with the distributor, because what we want is one set of numbers we're both agreed on. And then we need to start thinking about how we handle things going forward. What I mean by that is we will have agreed a set of numbers that have been adjusted, if necessary, from your draft. We'd have given what I call a handshake on those numbers, but still there needs to be an approved order. And this order needs to be issued by the last Thursday of the month. And that's the formal order to ATCO Food Industries for what you want and when you want it. And that's it. We're finished. Thanks for listening. I hope you found this little tutorial helpful to you. Anybody in the marketing department can help you. Bye for now.